Welcome, welcome back to Jude's place. You'll have so much fun at Jude's place. Come on, sit right down, it's Jude's place.
You see me walking down the street, I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on by, walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears, just let me grieve, 'cause in private, each time I see you, I break down and cry. Walk on by. I just can't get over losing you, and if I seem broken and blue, walk on by. Walk on by. And foolish pride is all that I have left, so let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by. Walk on by. Walk on by. If you see me walking down the street, I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on by. Walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears, just let me grieve, 'cause in private, each time I see you, I break down and cry. So walk on by. Oh, walk on by. Don't stop. I'm gonna sing it. Oh, oh. Darling, walk on by. Don't stop. Simply walk on by. Don't stop. I say walk on by. Oh, walk on by. Ooh, I said walk on by. I said ooh, walk on by.
That's you. That is you making that noise. No, it's not. It's this cheap machine. It always makes me laugh, especially the crickets. Always makes me howl. But anyway, I was so fed up doing my own sad little applause, wasn't I, Matt? Matt Mindlin there. Yes, at the helm. There he is. 2 people applauding. Pathetic. So I decided to bring out the giant applause machine, as you can see. That was Ashlin Parker, oh my gosh, on the trumpet. Just love it to bits. Today's going to be a bit of a funky show. Yes, we're here in New Orleans and I'm bringing the funk, but does it get more than that? I know, Dionne Warwick, but I always hear in the back of my mind, I'm always hearing Aretha Franklin. You know what I mean? I'm always hearing that vibe. But what a delicious time we had just a couple of days ago putting that together. Also, I just love how it's like, sit down, play. I love you, you love me, I love you. It's great. It's like looking into the eyes of a beautiful chocolate Labrador. So moving along, thank you. Ashlyn will be back, of course, to do some more performances just like that over the next few weeks. But now I want to take you back. Oh, I don't really want to take you back. When we were in the midst of COVID, if you're in Britain, of course, you're going, what COVID? What? That didn't even happen. It's over. But if you're sound of mind, you know it's not. But yeah, back in COVID, when none of us could actually really perform indoors, you know, prior to when they opened up, there were many people in this town in New Orleans who were opening up their clubs and venues to do safe streaming. What a brilliant idea. There were porch shows, there were shows literally in the middle on grass verges and crossroads. I mean, it was amazing. No traffic, don't worry about that. But one of my favorite things that I got to do, which was a real lifesaver actually, was to go into legendary Tipitinas. That is the shrine to Professor Longhair, of course, here, and to go in and to have a safe streaming, tiny audience spread out farther than you can even begin to, farther than the people living in Montana. So I was joined on this occasion by, of course, fabulous Pedro Segundo on percussion. Helen Gilet, she is such a star in New Orleans. Wow. The loops mistress of New Orleans, the fabulous Helen Gilet. My very own Harry Shearer on bass. That's a two-hander right there. And as an extra cherry on the icing on the cake, we were joined on this song by the fabulous Stanton Moore, drummer of Galactica and the Stanton Moore Jazz Trio, with gentleman caller David Torkanowski, of course. So that was just an absolute thrill, and it made sense, of course, that Stanton would play drums, that Pedro would be on percussion. You'll see why when we got to grips with one of my favorite covers, something that I've always taken pleasure in and really loved singing. This is my version of Aquarius.
When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. Golden visions, dreams of living. This is Aquarius. Miss Helen. Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius.
Yeah, I hear you, really, I do. I told you I was bringing the funk today. I mean, really, it's so funky, it's so fantastic. And what a joy playing in that room. Like I said, a real lifesaver at the time. Thank you to everybody that made that possible. So now we come to the last song of the show. Oh, no, I hear you. Yeah, it's still the last one. Sorry guys, but I'm now going to take you somewhere very, very different. We've gone funky, we went totally, but now we've got to go back, we're going to pull it down. I'm going to end on something emotional, must you? Emotional and meaningful, and with a little bit of gravitas. Let me tell you a story. Let me paint a picture for you and share a story with you about why this song means so much to me. I was a few months ago in London, of course, with this accent. And I went to see a friend of mine, a wonderful musician, singer and pianist and arranger, actually MD for people like Tony Bennett, Billy Stritch. And he was playing at a club, a jazz club, tiny club in London. And unbeknownst to me, it was an entire evening dedicated to the songs of Hoagy Carmichael. Well, I am an absolute monster Hoagy Carmichael fan. I mean, he didn't know, I didn't know, but I was swooning and tearing up throughout the whole evening. And I looked to around the audience, and I kept thinking, oh, there's that man over there, he even looks like Hoagy Carmichael. What are the chances? Well, the chances were high, being that it was Hoagy Carmichael's son, Hoagy Carmichael Jr. So, of course, I made a beeline for him afterwards. He was producing the show. It was such a joy to speak with him, to tell him how much his father's music meant to me, but also how much I loved him in the movies, because he was also one of those people who was such a character actor, played so many roles, movie buff again, young man with a horn, all these different things. He's always the piano player with a, cigarette hanging out his mouth, hanging off the edge of the keyboard. He's always that guy. And I don't know if you know it, but he was the basis for James Bond. That's how James Bond was imagined, was described as being in, and what was the name of, oh my gosh, I've gone blank. The writer of James Bond is, thank you, Ian Fleming. Yeah. Ian Fleming described James Bond as looking like Hoagy Carmichael. There you go. So, I sent him this version that I did at a salon in this room just a few months ago, to Hoagy Carmichael Jr. And he sent a really wonderful reply saying, I love this. You've made it your own, and this speaks so much of my father's, songmanship, and the fact that people make it their own, and it stands up and stands apart and is magical. And I agree. So many versions of these songs, so much room to interpret and to find gems within it, and that's great writing. So without further ado, I will leave you with a version, my interpretation of Skylark, recorded in this very room with David Tulkanowski at the piano, Pedro Segundo on drums, Grayson Brokamp on double bass, and the fabulous Ricardo Pascal on sax. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. I can't wait to see you again next Wednesday. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Wednesday with me. Judith Owen, your hostess with the mostest love of Hoagy Carmichael. I will see you next week. Until then, this is Skylark.
Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Won't you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Oh, Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journey over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane? And in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music of the night? Wonderful music, faint as the will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy, serenading the moon. Oh, Skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see him anywhere, won't you lead me there?
And in your lonely life, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, faint as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as sad as a gypsy, serenading the moon. Oh, Skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see him anywhere, won't you lead me